Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, terrific news for all you cricket fans in Islamabad and Rawalpindi because the Pakistan Cricket Board has now decided that the second test match that was to be held at the National Bank Cricket Arena in Karachi without spectators has now been shifted to the Pindi Cricket Stadium with fans. So that means that not one but two test matches will be happening at the Pindi Cricket Stadium. And like I said, it's terrific news. And of course, as I did discuss, I don't want to say that I was right, but the fact is that there have been some glimpses of the pitch that is on offer and there is a bit of grass. So the surprising factor isn't the grass. We already knew what was coming. I just hope that nobody decides to cut it on the last night of the test match. So please let that grass be on that wicket. But Pakistan have announced they're playing 11 as well. The squad, to be precise, playing 14 if you want to talk about it. So obviously the playing 11 would be announced subsequently, but what we're seeing is that Amir Jamal, first of all, has been released due to the fact that he was injured, he's not recovered. So he's out of the side. Abrar Ahmed and Kamran Ghulam have also been released to participate in the Pakistan Shaheens game. So that means both of them aren't playing, and obviously that means that Shan Masood and Gillespie, the strategy that they made, that they're going with fast bowling, is that one primary spinner has also been eliminated. But I'm a bit gutted because of Kamran Ghulam. I think he should have, this was the right moment to play him, but PCB now has other plans. I hope Khurram Shahzad gets to play. I would really want to see him bowl alongside Mohammad Ali. I think we can make a new pair of bowling there as well. So we'll talk a lot that is to be there about the test matches. Injury scares are there. Bangladesh have got their scare as well. Mahmoodul, their opener, is also out due to injury as well. So like I said, that there are certain setbacks for both the teams as well. Then we move on and we discuss the PCB confirming the balls that would be used in the cricket season for 2024 and 25. They're going to use Kookaburra balls for the Bangladesh Test series. Obviously, international standards persist, but Duke balls will be used for all senior red ball domestic events. Decision has been taken after comprehensive analysis of domestic venues. Pakistan is hosting a total of 9 test matches. Of course, they're playing 9 matches. 9 test matches in total they'll be playing until the year 2026. So we'll talk about that as well. But the fact is that I have got my concerns. I would believe that this was the right time. We've got a fantastic sports industry in Sialkot. We've got all the resources. It was a time that we could have introduced, how can I say, our own product in this domestic season as well, which would have been for long-term events. So I think instead of the Duke, we could have gone with our own product as well. India is already using SG in their domestic circuit. Why can't we use our own ball? So I think that is a prime concern for me, at least on an individual level. Then we move on and we discuss the Saudi Super Cup trophy. Al Hilal has overpowered Ronaldo's Al Nassr to clinch the Saudi Super Cup. The victory marks their second consecutive and 5th time in their history. They remain the most successful team in the competition. So congratulations to them, and of course disbelief for Ronaldo and fans. Then we move on to the English Premier League. Manchester City have beaten Chelsea by 2-0. Haaland scored in his 100th appearance. Leicester City is going to face Tottenham as well, so that's going to be another interesting game for both the clubs. So that is also on the show today. Time now to introduce our guests for our segment. First of all, joining us is cricket commentator, international broadcaster, presenter and our sports expert, K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, Asif. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. We've also been joined by sports expert, Mr. Malik Usman Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, I'm doing well.
Thank you very much for joining us. We've also been joined by senior sports journalist Syed Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm fine. Thank you very much for inviting you in your show.
Thank you for coming, show. It's an honor to have you on the show as well. Sir, what would you like to add now, Sir Haider? I think instead of having a test match without fans, it's good to have it at least with fans. And of course, Pindi crowd is fantastic. It's always a jam-packed, be it test cricket or white ball cricket.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right. I have heard your intro, and you have started with the terrific news that the match has been shifted from Karachi to Islamabad, Rawalpindi. So I think it's a terrific news for the Rawalpindi spectators, the fans in Rawalpindi, but it's a sad news for the Karachi, because Karachi is also a very venue of the Pakistan cricket, and it's not a good thing for the Pakistan cricket that if the Karachi is not being used. Definitely, some problems are there that some construction work is on the way in National Stadium Karachi. Therefore, they have shifted to Rawalpindi. So Rawalpindi viewers, definitely they have a good chance to watch 2 test matches in Rawalpindi. And against the Bangladesh, it's a good thing. Pakistan cricket team must be in a good form against Bangladesh. And I hope the Rawalpindi viewers they will enjoy both test matches.
Well, certainly, Asif, you must be over the moon. You always enjoy your time at Pindi Stadium along with Shirazi Saab. So I guess you speak for all the fans in Islamabad and Rawalpindi.
Well, I think somehow it's a very good news for Pindi boys, but at the same time that the Karachitis, they are not happy because when we talk about Test cricket is passion so far. Everyone enjoys Test cricket for a long time. Test cricket is happening in Pakistan, but the Pindi guys will definitely enjoy now 2 matches. And Pakistan team will be in action on 21st of the August. I think when we have watched the presser of Mohsin Naqvi, the chairman Pakistan Cricket Board oblique senior, the interior minister, I think he clearly said that the one issue, that is the security reason, because when there is no crowd, but of course labor is working in the construction work, they're busy there. And the agencies, then they suggested to the Pakistan Cricket Board that now it would be difficult for us that to checking all the time that what labor is doing. So it's the best idea that the Pindi test is happening. So move this test to Karachi to Rawalpindi. So I think that when we talk about that giving security to the teams, it's really important because Pakistan will be hosting Champions Trophy. It's a mega event and everything is going on in that scenario. We are preparing ourselves because 3 stadiums, they're under construction, and Rawalpindi already completed. We have seen, if you've been there, and I've been observing this for a long time, that the Pakistan Cricket Board is doing this work day and night, and all the staff is working really hard, which is appreciable. And in the last presser of Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, Mohsin Naqvi, he has taken all the questions concerning that what is going and how many the capacity will be increasing in stadiums around 2,000, 3,000. I think it's a first step, appreciable. Maybe in future it will be increased around 5 to 10,000 as well.
And Asif, you I'm sure also might have had a glimpse of the pitch as well. So I'm sure I hope it remains that way.
Well, if you ask this question to me, I will reply in the language of Salman Ali Agha. He said, yes, there is bit grass on the pitch. So he said that, but even, we know when there is no spinner, it's a clear
indication.
It's a clear indication from Pakistan Cricket Board that it will be covered with the grass. So definitely we'll see some seam, swing and fast bowling from Mir Hamza, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah, and of course from vice versa from Bangladeshi fast bowlers.
Absolutely. Usman, I think initially it's a great sign, isn't it? Pindi Cricket Stadium getting both. Like I said, I agree with both Sir Haider and Asif that it's a disappointment for Karachiites as well. But obviously without fans in Karachi, without spectators, it reminds us of those COVID days again. But it just would have taken the flavour out of Test cricket. And to be honest, if I look at the last couple of events, Karachi Stadium has been a bit disappointing as far as, filling the stadium was concerned. So that is another perspective, but at least Pindi Stadium, the action you get to watch, the closer you are to the action pitch side as well, it's a great sign for Pindi fans.
It's a great sign for Pindi fans, but I think these 2 tests have to be taken extremely seriously for Pakistan because this is a small matter of World Test Championship. And as far as Karachi was concerned, I think Pakistan had a better chance of getting a result in Karachi rather than in Pindi, and Pindi's pitch has not been too friendly with the bowlers either. And having 4 fast bowlers are going into this test match, and now we just don't know what is going to happen in the second test. This is going to be a big challenge. If there is no grass on the pitch and it's not going to seam around or swing around, or there is no bounce for the faster bowlers, in a nutshell, there is no help for the fast bowlers. I think it's going to be a very, very long day for Pakistani fast bowlers in all these 5 races, and likewise for Bangladesh as well. But I think as far as spinners are concerned, we did not have Abrar Ahmed in this test match, and he has been released to play for the Shaheens. That is a bit of a surprise for me, but I think what Pakistanis are trying to do is they want to go all out attack with the faster bowlers, and if they want to chip in with a few spinning overs, they can get it from with the likes of Babar and other part-time bowlers. I don't think spin is going to play a major factor. If there is some spin in this pitch, I think Pakistan will have their work cut out. But they need to win this 2 test match at all costs if they want to have any chance of going through to the final of World Test Championship.
Well, certainly that is the case as well. We go towards the short break, but stay tuned. We come right back. And welcome back. So we continue things as we did talk about the playing 11, the pitch, the matches moving to Pindi Stadium. All were set now for some two great test matches, courtesy the weather doesn't play spoil sport as well. Sir Heather, how do you see the matchups as well now? Pakistan is going with a fast bowling attack. Of course, it's a strategic move considering the opposition. I don't mind that. But if we look at the probable 14 now, that means that Amir Jamal was injured. He didn't recover. He's been released from the side. But Abrar Ahmed and Kamran Ghulam. Abrar, I understand if they're not making a pitch which is going to support him, rather not play him. But Kamran Ghulam, I mean, it is very, very tricky now. Where does he see himself?
Yeah, Ahmed, I would say about the selection of the fast bowling squad for the Pakistan first test in Rawalpindi. I'm really surprised to see four fast bowlers for this test match in monsoon conditions. You cannot get the pace in monsoon conditions. You can get in the winter conditions, but a pitch is always very difficult in Rawalpindi to get a pace streak. And we have seen in the last series against England, a lot of words met that the pitch will be a sporting pitch and it will support the bowlers and batters both together. But we have seen only some type of the cricket which was supporting only the batting side. So now aggression with the fast bowlers, it is for me, it's really, I cannot understand why they are going on this track, because if you are not using your home series for the spinners, then where you will utilize your spinners? Pakistan is at this moment really in short of the spinners, and if someone is available, why you are not going to utilize him? Abrar Ahmed is only the one bowler which is traveling with the team for last 2 years, but he hasn't got a really very little chances to play for the Pakistan team. And now, if you are dropping the only the one spinner from the team, it means that you are not in that on the track to get spinners in the future. So I cannot understand. Even in Australia, on the fast tracks, I think Brisbane is the most fast track at this moment in world. Still, Australia, they include always one spinner in the team. Nathan has played always in Brisbane or in Perth, but now in Pakistan in Rawalpindi, you are going with the four fast bowler. It's really strange for me. I cannot understand what is the strategy. I think it's some message from the Waqar Yunus. Now he's the co-chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board. He's showing something about the fast bowler, but it is not your future. If you are going to a sustainable future, then you have to utilize, you have to promote your spinners also. You should not go with something which is really is not possible in this weather, in this condition, in these conditions, in this time in Rawalpindi. And I suppose I'm doubtful that the result could be different what they are thinking.
But say, Heather, what I mean to say, I understand that, okay, for a tactical move, seeing the opposition, I understand this, you want to win two test matches. But the fact is, what happens when we're stuck in a situation where we are to play a spinner, Abrar doesn't have game time, there is no other option than Abrar. We get stuck in a big conundrum. We've done it in the past as well, that after Yasir Shah, we didn't know what to do as well. So we'll hardly have a bowler who can bowl those longer spells, set the batter up. Zaid Mahmood could have been that one candidate, but we, made him focus on white ball cricket, so his pace, his trajectory changed. He's no longer, I think, suitable for that. Sajid came for one series, disappeared. Noman was our prime bowler, he disappeared. So that means that right now, I understand for a short term we might go forward, but we still need to understand that a prime spinner in Test cricket is something that every side banks on in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Really, it's mandatory for the Pakistan cricket. You have to make someone for your future cricket. For the current team also, you need someone, because you are not only played against Bangladesh. After this series, you are going to play against England, and strategy will be changed. And then you will rely on the spinners. And once you will get Abrar Ahmed against England, and EF has not played enough cricket, Test cricket, then how you can utilize him? That's a big question. I can understand why they are doing something. And also the release of Amir Jamal. If he was not fit, why you have selected him? It's a big question. If you were not aware about it, the fitness level of the Amar Jamal or injury level of the Amar Jamal, and you have selected him, I think if you could, if he was injured, you could select some other players. They are available in Pakistan, and they could be selected. But you have selected once Amar Jamal, and now at last moment you have released him. So it means that you are still not aware with the players who are available in Pakistan domestic system, Pakistan cricket system, and you are just only relying the players who have big names and then include him, and after it, and you are going to release him. So it's not a good thing. I am really disappointed with this situation. What the selectors are doing.
Asif, what would you like to add about the selection? Like I said, that I'm really hopeful for certain guys to make a debut, but at the same time, I mean, what does it mean subject to fitness? PCB panel would have figured out that playing Amir could be risky. Even if he did become fit, you can't just immediately put him into a 5-day game without rehab. So I think that's not the right way forward. I agree with Haider bhai, but the second option, Abrar, not suitable according to the strategy in the pitch, understood. But Kamran Ghulam, I mean, then when are we going to play him?
Yeah, before replying about Amir Jamal, I would like to talk about Kamran Ghulam. See, this is called injustice, and this is what we expect from the Pakistani selectors, that a player who is performing so well from last couple of years, 2-3 years, you included him in Bangladesh tour, he went there, he didn't play, you asked him, thank you very much, and after that, once again, you've given him a chance, and there was a hope, a clear hope that he will definitely get a test debut. But once again, it reflects your negative mindset. I think the fear of losing against Bangladesh. If you're not giving chance to these youngsters, Huraira and Kamran Ghulam, against Bangladesh, where would you try them? Against England, against Australia, against South Africa? I think this is once again injustice with Kamran Ghulam. And whoever the responsible, I think Jason Gillespie, he had said clearly that we will go with the players who are performing well in the domestic circuit. Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, he said that no more nepotism in Pakistan cricket, and we will only follow the stats, and we will only follow the performances of domestic cricket. So Kamran Ghulam, if he's not in the first test, it means that you're going once again with your full strength. Might be Huraira will get a test debut, and rest Babar Azam, Rizwan, Sarfaraz. Why not Sarfaraz? I mean, I think I understand. I mean, it would be his farewell. It could be his farewell series. But instead of giving him chances, instead of bringing him again and again, bring new talent. Kamran Ghulam is there. He's performing so well. And once again, you're putting him pressure. And not only he will be under pressure, Huraira will be also under pressure when he knows that I'm playing here, and if I won't be able to perform well, I won't be there in the next match, and they will call to Kamran Ghulam. So I think it's not a good strategy. Reflects the negativity of Pakistan, the selection committee, and I think Waqar Younis will definitely answer below of this question.
Usman, what do you think about the selection? Look, like I said, that I'm truly gutted for Kamran Ghulam, because I thought that this is the right moment. You give these guys game time and you plan ahead for the future.
So in my previous appearance, I had stated that I don't see where Kamran Ghulam is going to play in this playing lineup. See, if you want to get these kind of players into the side, then you shouldn't be having your superstars back in the squad. That puts an added pressure anyway. So if the likes of Babar and Rizwan were back in the side and Shan Masood already there, it was very difficult to find a position for Kamran Ghulam. And once that player was in the squad, he must have known that it was very difficult that he was going to feature. Even if he was going to feature, he would have been playing out of position. And now he's out of the team and is playing for the Shines, and I think it's a huge blow to him. It was far better he hadn't been selected in that manner, but once being selected and then being released, I think it's going to dent his confidence also. This is now how selections are to be made, and I don't see what he's going to gain from getting into the Pakistan team and straight away going to play for the Shaheens. So I think Pakistani selectors and management needs to be very, very clear in their thought process. They need to figure out what is going to be the strategy and then make the team, rather than making the team first and then devising the strategy. I think Pakistan have got their cards very wrong, and it is going to dent the younger players and the new upcoming players, and that is what has been happening in the recent times as well. But let's give some time to Jason Gillespie. I think to him and Gary Kirsten, I think it would be very unfair to judge them after just one tournament for Kirsten and before even a first test for Jason Gillespie. I think we need to give some time and let's see which route they are going to take for Pakistan's success.
Yes, Asif, you want to add something?
I would like to ask this question to Usman Bhai just for the sake of discussion. Let's suppose if Babar and Rizwan is there, why not they're sitting in the dugout giving some confidence to the youngsters, and Kamran Ghulam is playing and performing. I think we had observed this in other sides. Just seen your neighbors in India, what happens, what happened in Zimbabwe series, what happened in Sri Lanka series. They didn't bring their all players. They have given rest to Jasprit Bumrah.
They used a new captain in 2 series.
Yes.
Two series, two different captains.
Two different captains. What does it mean that they're giving confidence to their players? Why not in Pakistan?
I certainly think Pakistan don't have the bench strength. If you take out Rizwan, Babar,
if Usman Bhai, if you'll keep repeating these kind of mistakes, then you cannot make a bench strength.
Absolutely.
To be
that
honest.
is true.
Yes.
That is true. I think what Kashif Bhai wants to say is that is my opinion at least. You can have 1 or 2 players chopping and changing, and you can bring them into the team. You can infiltrate them into the side, but you shouldn't be doing changing all the 11 players as Pakistan did against Afghanistan in the T20 series, and they lost all the 3 games. I think they lost 2 and they won the final game, but it was 3-0. I forgot the result.
Right.
But that is how Pakistan team has been of recently. And once actually we all knew once Rizwan and Babar were named in the squad, we knew that they were going to play in the playing 11, and it was curtains for the new so-called players that were featuring in the squad for Pakistan.
Certainly, I think that dilemma would be a hallmark of Pakistan cricket for now. But obviously, I think we have to wait, and that new system needs time to develop. It's in the incubation stages right now. So I definitely think we're changing a lot of things. A lot of things will go forward. So obviously, I think tactically things have to matter. But it's not just about the bowlers, Sir Haider. It's about the batters getting runs as well. And I think unfortunate scenario that all the ills of the World Cup need to be resolved by virtue of this series. Unfortunately, that was white ball, this is red ball. But that's the case of Pakistan cricket, because our next assignment immediately after the World Cup is this test series. So everybody is going to be looking at Pakistan Cricket Board, the new management, the new chairman. This is going to set the results out. That's the kind of culture that we have here in Pakistan regarding cricket. So I understand a lot of unnecessary pressure on Shan Masood and his boys, but I think for Shan himself, runs are necessary. Babar needs to score runs. So runs are definitely important right now for our batters.
Absolutely, it's a very important series against Bangladesh because it's a gateway to the a lot of cricket is coming, and it is just you are going to open the door. After that, it's England series, then South Africa series, then you are going to Australia, and you are going to play Champions Trophy. So a lot of cricket is coming, and if you start your coming season with this series, then it means that you are getting confidence, you are getting boost in your cricket, and some of good cricket you are collecting it by this series. It is very important for the batters. It's very important because our batting side, they have shown their flop in the T20 World Cup. Definitely, we have lost the matches against USA and India due to our batting side. So it means that your batting is suffering. Your bowling is not suffering. Bowling is working satisfactorily, but the batting is suffering. Definitely, T20 cricket is very different cricket, and Test cricket is very different. But the question is that how you will show your confidence. This is very important, and I will add to Asif that Kamran Ghulam, he should be given a chance to against Bangladesh, because that's absolutely, we have said always that if you are going to introduce your cricketers, debut cricketers, then you should use your home series. All the test cricket nations, they make the players debut in their home series, and against Bangladesh, it's a very, very good opportunity. You could rest Babar Azam. Babar Azam, world-class batsman, and I think he is not. He will be satisfied to drop from the Bangladesh series, and then he can manage well against England. And Kamran Ghulam could play against the Bangladesh. And if the Kamran Ghulam is successful in Test cricket, then you can get some good middle order, because you are suffering in the last 2-3 years only in middle order. Your opening is doing well, your late order is doing well, but the middle order is suffering. So I think it was a very good opportunity, but you have lost it. You have released Kamran Ghulam. It means that there is no space for the debutants. There is no space for the domestic performers. There is no space for young cricketers. Only the players who are the part of the team for the last 1 year, 2 years, they have only chance to play cricket, even either against Bangladesh or Australia, but they have only. So I think this is not a good strategy. If you see all other nations, India, they have given chance to young cricketers against Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka, or junior teams. They have given chances to youngsters. Pakistan management, Pakistan selection committee should think about it and give the chances to young cricketers against the lower teams and get the bench strength. Otherwise, you will be having problems against the big teams.
That is very pertinent, and Asif, I think you would agree that Sir Haider mentions an important point that then you will immediately be stuck in that conundrum. But the fact is that if I look at the past couple of series as well, one thing has been very pertinent, that Shan has looked to attack rather than let the team be bogged down. But obviously that requires situational awareness. You can't just attack and get out on 50. We've all stressed the case that it's time now for our primary batters to step up and look towards what the likes of Yunus Khan used to do. Look towards those 150s, 200s. Somebody really needs to do that right now.
Well, really important thing, that in Test cricket, you make your planning according to the situation, especially you have 3 sessions, morning, in afternoon, and evening. And you play according to the situation, the requirement. And then in Test cricket, to be honest, that if you're making 50, it's really easy for yourself because you are absorbing the scenarios, the conditions. And as you have taken a couple of names like Yunus Khan, let's take another name, that is Kane Williamson. Whenever he scores 50, then he goes for big 100, 150, 170. I think Shan Masood should understand now that he has been taking so many chances as a skipper and as a batter in Pakistan cricket team, but not consistent with his performance. It's a good chance for him, not only just showing the aggression, but only some sensible cricket I'm expecting from him. As I said earlier on other day, that over the mic is so good. His confidence is up to the mark. But one thing as skipper, you'd have to understand that how you're gathering your team, how you're talking to the individuals, and how you are sorting out the issues with the players, the bowler who is not gaining form in the match, a batter who's not performing well, and if you have some problems in the fieldings, this is what skipper have to do. So this skipper, he has plenty of experience, but last chance is for him to perform with the bat, because once again, if you're not able to perform well against Bangladesh, then against you didn't perform well against Australia in the last series, and if you will go with the same performances, that how could you will talk to your players, how could you give confidence to your players for upcoming series? So I think it's very, very important series for Shan Masood as well as a skipper.
Well, it is, but like I said, Usman, that a lot of them need runs not only for their own self, but for Pakistan as well. They're stuck in a conundrum right now where immediately after the World Cup, unfortunately, all eyes are on them. Especially, I think, Shan Masood, Babar Azam, we need runs from our batters right now.
We need runs from our batters, and I think this is going to be a massive, massive series for Shan Masood as a captain, not as a batter, but as a captain. We have been talking a lot about his aggression, his attacking instincts, his attacking captaincy, but we have not seen any results so far. He went to Australia, got clean swept. That is what has been history of Pakistan going down under. That is what happened during his captaincy as well. There were multiple times that Pakistan could have won either of the first, all 3 tests, but we couldn't win any. But still, there was lot of hulas about his attacking instincts and attacking captaincy. Never mind. But now against Bangladesh, which it's a series which we are expected to win against Bangladesh, and it's a 2-0. If we don't win 2-0, I think it's a failure on Pakistan's part, because now every test matters. Every test has points which takes you closer and closer to the World Test Championship final. That is what is expected from Shan Masood and his soldiers, that they are going to win the series 2-0. And I think this series will actually tell us what is Shan Masood is made up of, how he's going to bat, because scoring 20-30 quick runs against Australia down under, you can show your aggressive instinct, but that is not going to win you even a T20 game, let alone a test match. But I think now his work is cut out against Bangladesh in Pakistan. His batting and his captaincy has to do a lot of talking rather than him doing the talk in the press conference.
Absolutely. I think that would really make a lot of sense. But now we move on and we discuss something very particular. The Pakistan Cricket Board has also finalized which quality balls are going to be used in domestic season particularly, and they've decided on the Duke ball for 24-25 domestic season as well for senior grade of cricket. Now, I've got my particular reservations, sir. Either like, I said in the intro, that this was a prime moment. I still remember the time when Pakistan's domestic cricket was played by the Grace ball, which I thought was brilliant for our conditions. But the Duke, once it doesn't swing in Pakistan, what are we looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. Duke ball is suitable for the English conditions. They are Duke ball getting the swing more than other countries. And Pakistan Grace is always a very good ball for the Pakistan domestic cricket. And you know, Duke balls are Kookaburra balls. They are more expensive than Grace. How will you manage? I don't know. The PCB must have a lot of money and they can invest for it. But why the PCB is not doing their own brand and to get good result by which, and then we can introduce our own balls like India. They are not playing with the Duke or Graves or something. They have their own ball, SS balls or something. They are playing and they are very much satisfied. And other playing nations, they are also satisfied in India. But in Pakistan, I don't know why our cricket management position holders, they are not deciding for it. They are just talking about the stadiums. They are just talking about the bathrooms and facilities, hospitality boxes and everything. But they are not talking about the cricket. Actually, the cricket, the quality of cricket. You know how much expensive is that cricket equipment, bats, balls and pads, everything. How can be the young people they can buy and they can play? Pakistan cricket management should think about it and to introduce something which is affordable for the Pakistani cricketers. If you are playing domestic cricket, then you have to make easy. You have to make something in range of the Pakistani young cricketers. Otherwise, you will make more and more costly cricket for the young people.
Certainly. That being said, I think that really sets the precedent outright as well, that it was a time where we could have gone with our own product as well. But Sir Haider and Asif, thank you very much for joining us. On that note, of course, we move on to football now, and Malik Usman is still with us in studios. I think Ronaldo fans are a bit disappointed, so that hasn't happened in the Saudi Super Cup. But that just tells you the diversity that the game is, I think, more about the team than one player particularly.
See, there is nothing to be surprised about. I think.
Yes.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Okay. I think Ronaldo shouldn't be too disappointed because there is one enemy, there is one enemy, there is one nemesis that Ronaldo and Al Nassr have to face time and time again, and that is Al Hilal. They were the only club that overpowered Al Nassr to the title in the Saudi Pro League last year. They were the team that beat Al Nassr in the Kings Cup final, and they are the team yet again that beat them in this one-off game as well and win the title as well. And this is their 5th title. Al Nassr has won it 3 times. They are the 2nd best in this tournament. That is what it is. I think with Mitrovic and Al Hilal, mind you, was always a very strong team even before Ronaldo, or with the likes of Mitrovic, Milinko Savic coming into this Saudi Pro League as well. And after the first half, it seemed that things are going to change and Ronaldo inspired Al Nassr are going to take this title. But the second half was all about Al Hilal, 17 minutes, 4 goals. It was one-way traffic and it was all fuming Ronaldo going down the stairs, and that is how it is. Al Hilal are the team to beat in Saudi Pro, and it's not just the previous season. It is going to be this season, and it has been for the previous season as well. If you have a team which has virtually 9 players in the Saudi national team that are featuring in one club of Saudi Arabia, you can see how strong they are. And with that, you mix Milinko Savic, the great Milinko Savic, and Mitrovic at their peak. I think they are the team to beat, and they are not just good in Saudi Arabia. They could be one of the teams to beat in Asian Champions League as well.
And I think Jorge Jesus as a manager has done a lot for them as well. I mean, just
Excellent
look at the
coach.
teams. Yes, Benfica, a lot of teams that he's coached over the years, that he's really made sense over there.
See, bringing the minds that have been featuring in European football, I think are doing wonders for Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has long programs regarding the 2034 World Cup, and they are going for it, and they're bringing these kind of heads, not just the international players, but great coaches as well. Look at Roberto Mancini, for that matter, coaching Saudi Arabian national team. So they're working on it, and that is what something that Pakistan, we are crying for Pakistan Cricket Board to do, but Saudi board is doing for their football as well, and they are going into the league, they are going into the national team as well, and they are building many fans for that matter, and a lot of people are taking up football, and they are working out already for a tournament that has a decade's time to feature.
Certainly, I think that would be the case, but with each passing year, I think it's getting more exciting. And like I said, the dynamics of football are changing. So the amount of investment Saudi Arabia is putting in football, and I think primarily Usman to inspire their next generation. That has really made sense, and I think with each passing time we see the sport being more and more popular over there. Obviously, you understand the dynamics better as well.
See, I've been to Saudi Arabia in the past year as well, and I've seen a couple of stadiums over there. There are world-class stadiums. So we have no doubt about it. We have also seen the stadiums in United Arab Emirates as well. But Saudi Arabia is taking this game too forward, and they're going at a very, very brisk rate. You have seen what happened at the Qatar World Cup as well, and I think that has sent a huge benchmark for the Arab world at least, and Saudi Arabia for that matter, with Mohammed bin Salman taking personal interest in this tournament and having Roberto Mancini already at the helm of affairs of the Saudi national team, it tells a lot. And with the Saudi consortium that has multiple teams already owned by them, and bringing players with such a high amount and paying them massive salary, it tells a lot what they want to do and what they want to achieve. They have huge targets. Even Vinicius Junior is being talked about in the past few days, and they want to get him and they want to make him the face for 2030 for World Cup.
They probably will. I think they probably will.
They will get him. If you are getting 370 million odd per year, who would not like to?
Who minds that?
Who minds that?
Along with royalties and luxuries.
Absolutely.
So that is also there. But now, finally, I'll come to the Premier League start as well. Usman, how hopeful are you for this season?
See, you did not make a fantasy team. That has upset me. I think this this season is going to be a bit more exciting. I think with the Manchester City, they did not bring in any new blood in their team, and they have let Alvarez go. They have a lot of money to spend now, but they haven't done so. I think with Kevin De Bruyne, who has been injured for half a season for the past few years, this time he has started without any injury. I think that is going to be a massive plus for the Manchester City. They have started well. They started how they left in the previous season. Haaland is scoring as always. Kevin De Bruyne is firing all cylinders. They did not even need Foden for one half of the game to beat Chelsea away from home. That is what tells a lot about Chelsea's, Manchester City's genes. I think they are going to start as favourites as always for the like in the past few years. Arsenal are going to give a really tough time. We're having Calafiori added to the team. Their team is actually very good. They were the best defensive side in the previous season. They had 18 clean sheets, and with Calafiori in their side again now, and with Havertz, a now established striker with Arsenal, it seems that they are not going to go for a forward now. Ivan Toney, sorry for that. I think these two are going to battle actually for the title, with Liverpool not adding anyone. This team looks actually very good. Salah is firing all cylinders. It could be a battle for the golden boot between Haaland and Salah once again. If anybody thought that Jurgen Klopp has left Liverpool and they are going to find their new identity, I think they are going to continue with that identity. Slot has been wonderful. They have started really well. Okay, it was a switch, a promoted team into the Premier League, but I think with Alexander Arnold fully fit and with Salah firing all cylinders, these two teams are going to fire for the title, and following them would be Tottenham. Sorry, Tottenham, you're not going to finish in top 3, but Tottenham is going to be a good team. Having Solanke in their side, I think they are going to score a lot more.
Certainly. Well, thank you very much, Malik Usman Ahmed. That wraps it up for me and my entire team. It's goodbye for now.